You walk through the door, already picturing the comfort of home, when reality hits you hard. That sharp, lingering scent of cat poop cuts through the air, ruining the moment in a heartbeat. Like many well-meaning cat parents, your next move seems obvious: mask the smell. A floral-scented litter, perhaps? It sounds like the perfect solution, but that's actually where the real problem starts. In this video, we're diving into the most common litter mistakes that could be making your cat uncomfortable, and more importantly, what you should be using instead. But before we get started, I'm genuinely curious, what kind of litter are you currently using for your cat? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to share how it's working out for you. Your experience might just help another cat parent make a better choice. Your cat's nose isn't just sensitive, it's incredibly powerful. In fact, it's up to 15 times more sensitive than yours. So while you might enjoy the light scent of lavender or citrus, your cat experiences those same smells as harsh and overwhelming. Scents that feel fresh to us, especially in cleaning sprays or scented litter, can hit them like a wall of chemicals. Imagine walking into a room filled with thick perfume that makes your eyes water. That's what a heavily scented litter box can feel like for your cat every single day. And when that scent becomes too intense, they might start avoiding the box, not out of stubbornness, but because it's simply uncomfortable. What used to be a normal part of their routine becomes something they'd rather escape. That's when you might notice them using other, quieter spots, like your laundry basket or under the bed. But this issue goes deeper than inconvenience. Many scented litters contain artificial fragrances that can irritate your cat's respiratory system. For sensitive cats, especially those with asthma, this can trigger sneezing, coughing, and long-term breathing discomfort. You might see them pause at the entrance, take a few cautious sniffs, and then walk away. That hesitation is a message. Something doesn't feel right. And if that experience repeats, they'll start seeking safer, scent-free alternatives. That's why choosing the right litter matters more than you think. Unscented, low-dust formulas help create a calm, neutral space where your cat can feel secure again. It's a small change, but for your cat, it makes a world of difference. Stick with unscented litter. It may not leave your home smelling like a flower shop, but there are plenty of unscented options that still do an amazing job at controlling odor. Many of them use natural ingredients, like activated charcoal or baking soda, that absorb smells without overwhelming your cat's sensitive nose. This way, you get a fresher home, and your cat gets a litter box that actually feels safe. Now, once you've made the switch to unscented litter, you might think, great, that's one problem solved. But if you're still using clumping litter, there's another issue to consider. Clumping options are incredibly popular. And honestly, it's easy to see why. They make cleanup a breeze. Just scoop, toss, and you're done. But here's something most people don't tell you. That convenience comes with a hidden downside. Most clumping litters are made with sodium bentonite, a type of clay that expands when it comes into contact with moisture. That's great for forming solid clumps, but not so great if it ends up inside your cat's body. And yes, it happens. Especially with kittens or curious cats, litter can be accidentally ingested, either while grooming or just by sniffing around. Once those particles are swallowed, the clay can swell and cause dangerous blockages in their digestive system. So while clumping litter may seem like the ideal solution for you, it's worth considering the potential risks it might bring to your cat. Even if your cat never eats the litter, there's still a hidden risk you might be overlooking: litter dust. Each time your cat steps into the box, digs to cover their waste, or scratches the surface, tiny dust particles are released into the air. These particles don't stay neatly contained in the box. They float into your home, settle on nearby surfaces, and worst of all, end up being breathed in. Now imagine how close your cat's face is to that litter every time they use it, just a few inches away. So they're breathing it in full force. With repeated use, this kind of exposure can take a toll. Many traditional clay litters, especially cheaper brands, produce silica-based dust. These particles may be small, but they can be harsh on the lungs. Over time, breathing in this dust can irritate the respiratory system and contribute to chronic conditions like feline asthma or bronchitis, particularly for cats who are already sensitive. And this issue isn't limited to your cat alone. If you're the one scooping or cleaning the box regularly, you're breathing in those same particles too. That's why choosing the right litter matters. If you're set on using clay, pick a high-quality, low-dust formula designed to reduce airborne debris. Or, better yet, consider switching to a plant-based litter made from ingredients like corn, tofu, or walnut shells. These options are naturally lower in dust, safer for your cat's breathing, and easier for you to manage during cleanup. Let's shift our focus to something your cat literally feels every day: texture. Think about it this way. Imagine walking barefoot across gravel. Not exactly a pleasant experience, right? Now picture having to do that every single time you needed to use the bathroom. That's exactly what many cats go through when their litter is made of harsh materials. Large silica crystals, compressed pellets, or gritty sharp granules might seem convenient to us, but for your cat's sensitive paws, they can feel rough, sometimes even painful. Cats are natural diggers. They instinctively want to bury their waste, and they're more likely to do that in a litter that mimics soft, fine sand. It's what they would use in the wild. If it's too coarse or sharp, they may start hesitating, or worse, avoiding the litter box altogether. This is especially true for older cats or those dealing with arthritis. If stepping into the box hurts, they'll find somewhere else to go. So, choose a litter that's soft, finely textured, and easy to dig in. Think clay with a sand-like consistency, or plant-based options like corn or coconut husk. These materials are not only gentler on their paws, they make the whole experience more comfortable for your cat. And when your cat feels good using their litter box, that's a win for both of you. After everything we've covered, the scents, the clumping agents, the textures, the dust, you might be feeling a little overwhelmed. So let's simplify. Because your cat isn't asking for anything fancy, what they truly need is simple and instinctual. First, they want a texture that feels natural under their paws. Think soft sand-like granules, something they can dig into with ease. This mimics the loose earth their ancestors used in the wild, making them feel comfortable and secure every time they step into the box. Next, skip the perfumes. Cats rely heavily on their sense of smell, and scented litter can be overwhelming or even irritating. Unscented options let them use the box without stress or confusion. Then, consider the air they breathe. Low dust or dust-free litter is not just a preference, it's a necessity. With their faces so close to the surface, even small amounts of airborne dust can irritate their lungs over time. And finally, keep it safe. Natural, non-toxic materials like corn, wheat, walnut shells, or tofu are gentle on sensitive paws and safer for curious cats who might groom themselves afterwards. These materials also tend to be lighter and better for the environment, offering peace of mind for both you and your pet. When you boil it down, your cat's ideal litter isn't complicated. It's clean, quiet, and comfortable. And sometimes, the simplest choice is the most thoughtful one. But don't stop at the litter itself, because where you place the litter box matters just as much. Think about your cat's experience. They need a quiet, private space, far from the hum of appliances, the shuffle of feet, or any sudden disruptions. So no, right next to the washing machine is not the place. Your cat deserves peace and privacy. Cleanliness is another deal breaker. Even the best litter in the world won't mean a thing if the box is dirty. Scoop it daily. Give it a full clean once a week. These little habits make a big difference. And here's a tip. Try an uncovered box. While it might not be as tidy looking for us, it feels safer for your cat. Open space means they're not boxed in, and that can reduce stress in a big way. Now, at first glance, choosing the right litter might seem like a small, even boring detail. But for your cat, it's a daily ritual. And when that experience is comfortable, safe, and clean, everything else starts to fall into place. They're calmer, healthier, and far less likely to avoid the box or act out in frustration. And if you're curious to understand more about your cat's behavior or emotions, stick around for our next video. You might be surprised by what your cat is really trying to tell you.